Oh my goodness. I'm Maxwell Garcia, and Onward, the Pixar movie that was in theaters for what seems like 1 or 2 weeks, has now been put extremely early ahead of what it was supposed to happen on Disney Plus. So I watched Onward for the first time, and oh my gosh, this one was a quality Pixar movie. It made me cry more than Toy Story 3 or any other Pixar movie. Inside Out was pretty good too, and Coco I liked. So I think it was the best movie since Coco, since 2017. Pixar, you hit a good one with Onward. And I know Onward has been flying under the radar, and that's because the trailer doesn't make it look interesting. I'll be honest, going into it, I was just like, I'll watch it because it's a Pixar movie. But then when it made me cry at the end, wow. Because it's all about like this brother relationship and like this brother journey. And I have a little brother. So I appreciate a plot like this where we have Ian, who is this person who's a student, like who's a junior, I would say, in high school, who's scared of everything. And then you have Barley, who's not afraid of anything. And then you layer in that their dad died when Ian wasn't even born and when Barley was super young, and you're like, wow, this makes for a pretty good plot, and then how are you going to shape it? So Onward takes place in this magical universe where magic has kind of fell to the back of society thanks to technology. Yikes, it's kind of like how human connection has kind of fallen to the wayside because of technology, kind of similar in a way. But then as soon as Ian turns 16, their dead dad gives him a gift to bring him back for one full day. So like this mystical spell, like a wizard. So they bring back the dad, but they only bring back half of his body, the bottom half, not the top half. The top half would have been a little bit more interesting because he couldn't walk, but then you still would be able to spend some time with him. So Ian and Barley go on this huge journey with Guinevere, their van, to kind of revive magic in the universe and find the Phoenix Stone. And that journey takes place because Ian wants to spend time with his father that he never had. And their mom is kind of dating this little creepy police officer, which you still don't like at the end of the movie, but they're dealing with that too. But Ian is this person who wants to be brave, but he just hasn't been able to. But he learns it through the movie. And Ian wants to spend time with his dad, but then you realize that Barley reveals right before they kind of reach the Phoenix Stone that he never officially said bye to his dad. And you're like, oh. So at the end, when they get the Phoenix Stone, and then a little dragon comes out of concrete, which is kind of funny because it uses like the dragon mascot of the school. And then you get the father there, but you don't see the father. You don't even see the father speak at all because you're only in the perspective of Ian. And we realize that Ian made the sacrifice for Barley to officially say bye to his father, and then they hug it out, the father and Barley, and then Barley gives Ian a hug. An emotional moment because he thought that Ian and Barley were just going to spend like maybe 30 seconds with their dad, but then Ian makes that sacrifice and he's never ever going to talk to his dad. But the goals he wanted to do with his dad, like laugh with him, spend some time with him, learn how to drive, he realizes that he accomplishes all that. And you're like, it's true. And one of the best parts is that when Ian's learning how to drive and it's like the highway, and the highway is kind of like in a hyperbole of exaggeration because he's going super fast, and then Ian's not going fast at all, and you have to merge. It's like, oh yeah, I felt that when I was learning how to drive like a year ago, because the highway is a scary place. 80 miles per hour compared to just like 30 to 40 on the streets. Yeah, that merge thing is definitely a real feeling. But as soon as you do it for the first time, you're like, okay, the highway is kind of just like the road but faster. So I like that. Pixar, Onward's a good movie. I really like how they sprinkle in some foreshadowing here and there. They meet this manticore, which is dealing with like the daily issues of running a diner, like debt, customer satisfaction. She's dealing with all of that, but in the past, the manticore was a person who inspired like quest. But now she's just fallen to society's needs. But then at the end, she becomes the manticore she's always wanted. And the mom does, like in the beginning, she does like a little workout. And it's like, oh, you're becoming a warrior, bum, 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 with like the dance workout video. And then at the end, she actually uses that little workout move to become a warrior and stab the cursed dragon. So that was a cool tie-in right there. And at the end of the movie, it's kind of like magic has a revival again. It's a very interesting plot because it's almost human, but it's not. And in the trailer, I was just like, I'd rather it be all human or not human at all. I don't want this mixed stuff in. And you realize this mixed stuff does have a place because it is literally almost human. The students, the kids go to high school. They have technology, they have phones, they have YouTube workout videos, they have board games, but that extra little sizzle on the steak is that magic. And that's what Onward offers, and it made me cry, which I don't do often, for sure, for a show. Like when characters die, I don't cry often, because normally when characters die, you're not really that tied in. Like when the older brother of the Stark family died in like season 3 of Game of Thrones, I didn't cry. I was just shocked. I was like, what? But no one dies here. It's just that emotional impact of sacrifice. And it relates because I really do love my brother. And thank God I have both my parents and they're not divorced and they're in a loving relationship. But I can imagine if those weren't the circumstances. And it was nice and convenient that Onward was on Disney+. I feel bad for the countries that don't have Onward. Like, maybe like some countries in Europe don't have Onward on Disney+, which doesn't make too much sense. But if Onward was never going to be on Disney+, until, let's say, September or August, I probably wouldn't have watched it. But there was some real anticipation around this big drop on Disney+. So, one advantage of Disney+. I really do like Onward, and that's my thoughts. Am I going to watch it again? Not really, because I really don't want to see them riding a hot Cheeto again down a waterfall. But for that first time, it's good. It's not a musical. It's not Frozen or Moana, which is a Disney movie. But it's a nice movie. It's a nice storyline movie. I'm really excited for Soul, which is also going to come out in 2020, I'm pretty sure. So Coco, Inside Out, Onward, it's a good set of movies. Coco and Inside Out look on the face value like a better movie than Onward in all facets of the plot, but just Onward comes out on top somehow, some way. Alright, that's it from here. Make sure you bless and peace out.